As an osteopath for over 20 years, I get asked a lot, what's the difference between an osteopath and a chiropractor? Well, let's talk about it. So there's lots of differences. First, let's talk about x-rays. Now, chiropractors love to do x-rays. Osteopaths are much more cautious with x-raying due to radiation. And chiropractors like to x-ray or image an area so that they can look for subluxations or positional abnormalities. Whereas osteopaths don't really look so much for those sort of issues. We more look at functions, so we might look at where is a neck joint moving, or is the knee joint stiff. So chiropractors use x-rays more than osteopaths. The second difference between osteopathy and chiropractic is the treatment approach. So both osteopathy and chiropractic traditionally use quite a lot of manipulation. Now, of course, that's not always the case. There are gentle chiropractors that don't use manipulation, such as McTimoney chiropractors, and there are osteopaths that don't as well. I'd say on the whole, chiropractors use more manipulation and HVTs, we call them HVTs, high velocity thrusts, or high velocity low amplitude techniques. I'd say they're used more in chiropractic and less in osteopathy. Osteopaths tend to do hands-on therapy, a bit more massage and mobilisations, and you'll tend to find a greater number of gentler osteopaths that don't use heavy manipulation. Sessions. I think the sessions are quite different between chiropractic and osteopathy. I recently saw a chiropractor who did a very good job on my neck, and the actual treatment session lasted about 10 or 12 seconds, so it was very, very short. It actually helped my neck a lot, and I had a quick thrust, and it seemed to benefit me. But osteopaths tend to spend longer with patients. Typically, chiropractors spend shorter with you and want to see you more regularly. Osteopaths tend to spend a bit longer, but don't see you quite so often. And we have a bit of a philosophy in osteopathy. We say, find it, fix it, and leave it alone. So we want to find a problem, fix it, and get you out of it. The fourth difference between osteopaths and chiropractors is the NHS. Now, both professions are not widely utilised in the NHS, but osteopaths more than chiropractors. Of course, osteopaths nowhere near as frequent or as regularly used as physiotherapists, but chiropractors are not really used in the NHS. It's a difficult model for chiropractors to be in the NHS. There was originally some any qualified provider contracts where chiropractors were going to do work in the NHS, but I wasn't aware of anywhere where that actually did happen. Whereas we do have osteopaths working in the NHS, we have osteopaths working as first contact practitioners, as musculoskeletal specialists, and as therapists in musculoskeletal teams. A good example is in East Sussex, where there's a lot of osteopaths working in the NHS trust there. My team, we have osteopaths that work in the NHS as well, and it works really, really well. So I'd say there's more provision of osteopaths than chiropractors in the NHS. The last thing I would say is the package of care. So osteopaths tend to get you in and get you out, and they want to get you in and out quite quickly. Chiropractors tend to offer more maintenance treatments. So they look more at misalignments and subluxations and want to use techniques just to put those joints back into place, but on a more regular basis. Whereas osteopaths look more functionally. So they want to address more muscle length imbalances or stiffness in joints. So they'll tend to see you less regularly. Of course, osteopaths do maintenance treatment, but usually when a patient really asks for it or would really show benefit from having it, and usually that's on patient terms. Chiropractors do often sell a package of care before the treatment starts. So for example, seeing a chiropractor for 10 sessions or 20 sessions as a package of care is not that uncommon. Well, I hope this gives you a bit of an insight between the two professions. Look, of course, like anything, there's an overlap, and some osteopaths work more like chiropractors and vice versa. But I'm just giving you a general rough outline of where I think the main differences are. Thanks so much for watching this Surrey Physio video.